All right, here we are. We are live. We are live. A minute early, actually. It's pretty neato. Sorry if you guys are hearing some sounds. I'm just getting all situated. So yeah, this live stream has started. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get this shared going. So sorry if I don't see your comments right now. At the current moment, I'm just getting everything situated. But I'll see it once I get everything going as planned. All right. Going way I go tomorrow. So sorry guys if it's taking me a bit to do this. I'm just getting this out to everywhere. Facebook groups, Instagram, just things that will help out. So get it in there. Get it in here. Oh God, no, discard. Get that out of here. All right, there we go. Get that there. All right, Twitter and Facebook are done. Now it's just Instagram, and after that, I can finally start seeing what you guys are talking about. All right, got that there. One moment. All right. All right, there we go. We are live. So now let me actually get to where I can see the chat. Let me make sure this doesn't appear. Oh, I already got a dislike. Oh no. So yeah, guy in the chat said, "Sup, Dillokino." Hello. All right. So before we get this started, I suggest to anyone that is watching this now or in the future to get your copy of Destroy All Monsters, whether it's a bootleg, the DVD release that has the Japanese cut, or the Blu-ray. I do not recommend watching the American cut while we're watching this because, well, that's not the version we're watching. Personally, I actually do own a bootleg copy of this movie that actually isn't that bad. I do plan on upgrading in the future on Blu-ray, but I do own it on a bootleg DVD, which sucks. It does. That's the only thing I wish I had an official version of, because like having Blu-rays of all the Godzilla movies is something I've been trying to do for years, and I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I have all Heisei, all Millennium, everything like that. But Show is the only one where I'm kind of have a drought with, so I need to catch up with that. But yeah, we share this around. We got this on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So hopefully we get some viewers in a moment. So I'm gonna wait a bit. I am, and understandably, it is a Wednesday, so. Yeah, understandably, it is a Wednesday, so I might not have everyone in here. But I am hoping I do get some form of traction while we're doing this. Also, a suggestion before we start, I recommend getting some food, getting a drink, anything like that. Go ahead and do that so you have some comfort food while you watch this movie. The reason why we're doing this, the reason why we're doing a commentary in this film, is because this movie turned 50. Actually, technically yesterday, because yesterday was August 1st in Japan. But nonetheless, it is the 50th anniversary of this film, here in the States at least. And with that, I'm going to be doing a commentary on it. I might have other people to appear in here, just so I can have more than just me talking through this movie. Because to be honest, I don't think I could really 100% pull through on my own. Not meaning I won't make the attempt. But if I'm willing to get another person in here, that'd be great. Probably one of my co-hosts in my regular podcast episodes. Here we have a comment from Hot Diggity Dog. What is your favorite Godzilla series / era? I like Millennium for everything it for all the new ideas it introduces and all the great incarnation of the characters and you know what that era also I would say has like amazing has like some of the best human cast in the Godzilla franchise. Godzilla 2000, GMK, and Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. All three of those films have great human cast. And also the Showa era, because the Showa era also has a lot more from Good Destroy All Monsters, but I'm not going to spoil it. Man. And I love the Showa era just because it's very classic in a way. I know that's like very to the point of like, oh, so you just like it because it's classic? Yeah, but there's also other reasons why I just enjoy the films. Least favorite is the Showa era. Not the Showa era, I mean the Heisei era. I don't really care much for the Heisei era besides the first 3 movies. That's it. The first 3 movies are the only ones I like. Kane is best girl. Yeah, she's up there. She's up there with some of the best girls. To me, there's no... I can't pick a best girl in Godzilla movies. This is like a collection of them. They're best girls. But I also have the collection of worst girls, like Miki Sagusa and Yuko from the anime movies. You know, worst girls, throw them away, put them in the garbage, and get them out of here. Yeah, I purchased a Blu-ray off of Amazon. Yeah, I plan on doing that. I actually plan on getting it on from the website Showa Video, where you can actually get bootleg copies of the movies on Blu-ray. But it isn't like a regular bootleg. They actually take the Toho Blu-ray of those movies, the Toho Japanese release. They take them, and all they do is just add subtitles and the American cut of the film on a separate disc. That's it. That is it. They don't do anything funky. They don't change anything at all. They just add. They don't change. They add. So yeah. By the way, GMK is my favorite Millennium Era movie. The music by Kao Otani is awesome. Yeah. My favorite is Godzilla 2000, but GMK and Godzilla Against Mechagodzilla are very close behind. I just think those movies are great. I would say best effects out of 3, GMK. Best human cast, I would actually probably go with Against Mechagodzilla, but best overall movie, I go with Godzilla 2000. I just find that movie, a lot more, I wouldn't say entertaining, but a lot more interesting and intriguing compared to the 2 others. Hey man, I'm in Colorado right now, so I won't be able to stick around for the whole thing. But I hope the commentary turns out great. I'm hoping it does too. Hopefully, maybe I get Mifune in here. So yeah, stop saying era. It's a series. If we went by era, it's just what people say. It just classifies what the movies are. No one's really calling the whole anime Shin Godzilla stuff eras. You know, like I kind of call it miscellaneous or whatever. You know, but the thing is that Showa, Heisei, and Millennium, they all have like they're all a collection of films in a period of time, so we call them era. And yeah, so that's why we call it. Well, all the new stuff, you know, we just call it MonsterVerse or the anime trilogy, or Shin. You know, we don't call that stuff eras. You know, but we call the Showa, Heisei, and Millennium stuff eras because, like I mentioned, those are a collection of Godzilla films in a period of time that are in some form of way connected to each other, I guess. And of course, Millennium era has all the different continuities, but it did kind of have like the same people working on those movies, the same people working on every single one of those movies. Besides, I would probably say maybe GMK. The GMK is like the only one that kind of sticks on that era. What I noticed about Kuryu is that he had a longer tail than the previous 2. Yeah. He also, you can see 1954's teeth in his mouth. Just a little touch. I thought it was cool. Insert Titan Goji Hey. What I noticed about... I really don't like the anime trilogy. I don't like them either, you know? I love when people try to use the excuse of technically Mechagodzilla did fight Godzilla in the new anime. And I'm like, yeah, and yeah, it did subvert my expectations. But the thing is, when you subvert someone's expectations, you got to have something equally as good as what we originally wanted. Something you go like, oh wait, that's weird. Oh my god, but that's cool. To me, I don't find anything really cool about Godzilla fighting the city. Actually, it is an interesting idea. Godzilla fighting the city. Instead of him destroying one, he's fighting one. Something that's new and interesting, I would say, but they execute it poorly. It was just the city was basically the big battle with Godzilla Philius in the last movie. So it wasn't anything new. It was interesting, but it's what we already seen. Godzilla vs. Gunhead, but boring. Yeah. Yeah. My bad. Anime Godzilla pulled a Ryan Johnson law. Yeah, it did. There are some things I like about them, of how it has a little bit of commentary on real world stuff like nationalism and everything like that, and such. But the thing is that I never find it interesting, and I often find it boring and bland. So yeah, this is what I think. There are some interesting stuff in there, but nothing really much to it. Also, I honestly do think this anime stuff is our budget animes in a way. They don't really have a lot of money to them, so with that they can't really do anything insane or crazy to them. Also, they tend to repeat shots multiple times, mainly in big climactic battles. Oh god, there's a bunch of comment section. Oh my god, how many? Oh, we got 9 viewers on. That's great. Trying to get thoughts again. Oh yeah, back to the budget stuff. And yeah, it honestly feels like Toe's only throwing a certain amount of money on it, where even if they don't make a lot of money in the box office, they'll still make do, and they're more banking off the Netflix releases. That's why the theatrical releases of the films aren't really marketed well. So yeah. So it seems like Toho simply just getting these out here so they can make Godzilla movies and gain a profit for anime that doesn't cost a whole lot and such, which I'm fine with, because the thing is that it's not really wasting my time. I can simply just go, oh, there's a new Godzilla movie out, and move on, because it isn't like this stuff's wasting my time. I'm not really advocating for it, and I don't even think Toho's doing it as well. All right, time to read what's going on. When I saw the first trailer for Godzilla King of the Monsters, I was hyped, and the fact that Godzilla has 54 dorsal spines makes him cooler. Yes, I agree. I like that. I will say this though, I am kind of getting tired of Toho and Toho, or not even current. I would say just current day Godzilla movies tend to be a bit obsessed with 54. The only one that isn't is Monster Planet, but I don't mind that. I love 54 as well, but it seems like that a lot of them try to push for a 54 reference or 54-esque imagery or something like that and such. And sometimes it can be executed well, but other times it just feels like they're just doing it because they're like, remember the original? Something like that. But it's very minor and not even distracting, so I don't even know why I'm complaining. Oh boy, he sure subverted my expectations. Yep, bold and brash, more like belongs in the trash. Moose Tank says hi, hello. Plus, anime lacked interesting characters like Show Era did. Yeah, Show Era had some amazing cast, some amazing cast in there. My favorites being the original, obviously, Mothra vs. Godzilla, Invasion of Astro Monster, Ebra, Son of Godzilla, All Monsters Attack. I find Ishiro very charming, while other people want to throw him in the trash. Godzilla vs. Gigan and Sir Mechagodzilla. Those for me have some pretty solid to fun to great cast. How are you doing, Godzilla fans? We're doing pretty good. I'm with you. Wait. NECA figures are starting to show up in Target. I'm going to buy all their Godzilla stock, as they actually have them in stock. Toys R Us never had any Godzillas in stock. They did for me, but of course, whenever Godzilla toys started kind of coming out more slower and slower as time went on, Godzilla stuff started a lot. And plus, Bandai Creation, we haven't got anything Bandai Creation in years here in the States, which sucks. If you would at least expect new figures after 2014 comes out, the franchise is huge, and all we really got was a bunch of chibis, a bunch of little miniature figures, and that 1/6" Godzilla 2014. That's it. I was expecting a resurgence, maybe, but nope. But yeah, the thing is what I am expecting for NECA to do is go back and redo some of their figures to make them more accurate, because they mentioned that they mentioned now that since they are directly they're directly working with Toho now and not through Warner Brothers, and how they even said they want to treat Godzilla figures as good as the Predator and Alien line. I do expect them to go back and redo some of their old figures. 84, I expect them to go back, give it a new sculpt, and make it look more film accurate. 94, 95, same thing. The NES Godzilla, whenever they come out with the 64 mold, they're gonna redo it. So yeah, that's what I'm expecting from them. And then the reason why I expect that is because, well, NECA is kind of known for redoing old figures. Like, their Alien line's notorious for it. They came out with an Alien figure in 2011 that wasn't all that great. So in like 2014, they made a new version of the Alien figure, a brand new one, and it was 10 times better than the original. So yeah, that's what I expect them to do. I expect them to go back and redo some of the older figures and make them better, or re-release some of them, like 54 or 2014, all that. So yeah, you know what I love is that we always got mad at Toho for all this stuff, and then it's kind of revealed that Warner Brothers is actually the one that's kind of keeping NECA on a leash. But now, since they no longer have to go through Warner Brothers and they go directly to Toho, we'll be able to get more figures from that, including other monsters besides just Godzilla. So I'm really excited to get my hands on a $20 decently articulated and Gears figure. Hell, a NECA Hedorah actually seems logical, because Hedorah doesn't really have a lot of posability in the film. Well, by posability, he doesn't really move a lot in the original Godzilla vs. Hedorah. So a NECA one, they don't even have to do that much. Just give him like 2 joints in the arms, 2 joints in the legs, a bendy wire tail, and a ball joint for the head. That's it. They don't even have to do really much at all for Hedorah, because Hedorah barely moves. So yeah. Toho has stated that the anime are just to keep Godzilla relevant in Japan until Godzilla 2. Yeah. Could you please spend more time working on your stop motion animations before you post anything? Not to be mean or anything, but I think you need a little bit more practice. At least Godzilla vs. Bylante was based. Did you hear about the NECA and SH Monsters King Gochi? Yes, I did. We actually recorded an episode on that for our regular podcast, not the live streams. And yes, we went into our thoughts. I basically look at it as this. We have a really expensive, well-articulated, well-painted, well, hopefully it's well-painted, and an amazingly well-sculpted King Goji figure that's coming out. And if it comes out and it comes out in really good quality and is consistent and doesn't have any quality control issues, that's great. But hey, it's also great for budget collectors who only want to spend $20. So if you're a guy who loves getting super duper amazing figures and don't really care what price they are, King Goji's for you. If you're a budget collector who only really got $20 to spend, King Goji's perfect for you. They both look like perfect releases. But I'll dive in more to that in the podcast whenever that comes out. I hate the NECA Shin Godzilla. It looks horrible. I agree. I'm not a big fan of it. I really am not a big fan of it. So yeah. I go for the SH Monster Shin Godzilla. Yeah, the only thing that sucks about it is paint, but I'd much rather go for that. The only thing that's really against it is price and paint job. But other than that, posability is better, and it's also a lot more accurate to the film. 1984 needs a redo. Yes, I also 94 also needs a redo. I think it just needs thicker hips, and I think they should make a new mold for 95, because 95 and 94 are basically the same suit. They also have a different head, and their 95 Godzilla has the same head. The only thing different about it is just a slightly shorter jaw that you can't really notice at all unless you compare the two, and that's it. Other than that, they're basically the same figure, except one uses a different plastic for it that's translucent, and then they paint over it. Other than that, it's the same mold. Muscle Goji, then NES Goji 2.0. Yeah. Boomer types a 8-paragraph on how he cried during City on the Edge of Battle. Hey, you know the voice actor of that movie The guy I believe who did Haru actually, yeah, he said on Twitter that he actually cried while doing it. And you know what? To be honest, I actually preferred the dub over the original. Why? Just because since there's so much exposition, I honestly, it's so hard to sit through watch. I don't mind subtitles. I like subtitles. All right, but it just gets to the point where I'm like, I'm so bored with this movie. I don't want to get frustrated reading these subtitles with all this exposition. I just want to. I want to watch it. All right. Movie 2000 is a must. Yes. Have you even heard about NECA handling all the new Godzilla 2 figures? Yes, I have. That is very cool. And of course, since most likely they'll have the digital files of those characters, we're going to get extremely screen accurate versions of them. King Ghidorah is obviously going to be treated like how Itachi was. You know, he's going to be in a big fat box, while everything else is going to be like 6-inch. There's also Mothra and Rodan. I'm excited for them. And yeah. I forgot to mention that I also have Godzilla 2000 Blu-ray. I have that too. And surprisingly, I honestly think that is Sony's best Godzilla Blu-ray. All the others are fine, but some of them have issues in quality. Well, actually, mainly one has issues with quality, and they also have issues with subtitles. I think the biggest one that got smacked by Sony the most was GMK. Like, GMK looks really bad on Blu-ray, and the subtitles are awful on it. So yeah, that's why I'm going to get my hands on the Showa video Blu-ray, so I can finally have a movie up, finally have a copy of it that is like in better quality on Blu-ray and has better subtitles, way more accurate subtitles. So yeah, the only Godzilla DVD I have is G14. You know what? That's perfectly fine. You know, if you're a Godzilla fan who lacks movies in its collection, no, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. You know, you're not obligated to get every Godzilla movie on DVD or Blu-ray or on VHS. All that matters is you're a Godzilla fan. I wouldn't mind SH Monsters doing a City on the Edge of Battle burning figure. Yeah, that would make more sense than their fucking Earth Goji one. You know what? I kind of am getting tired of giving SH Monsters shit all the time. You know, it's just expected. But the thing is, it just seems so pointless. Like, I thought the figure that we already had was fine. You know, it had a spiky chin. I thought it was accurate to the film. You know, like that one was Godzilla Earth and not Godzilla Philius. You know, because Philius didn't really have a spiky chin. You know, he kind of does, but it's barely there and it's barely recognizable. But Earth Goji does, and the chin on the SH Monsters is prominent like Earth Goji's spike chin. Yet for some weird reason, that's not him, and I just find it so odd. Plus, to mention, the new figure doesn't even come with the breath effect. It comes with accessories that I don't even care about. The only one that's cool is the tiny little Godzilla Philius figure. Other than that, it does not interest me at all. You know? But that's just what I think. Personally, I think they should have this is what they should have done. Instead of making a Godzilla Earth one, just make a Atomic Breath version one. I'm fine with those. You know, those make sense, you know, to me. You know, it's like, oh, you have the regular release, and then you have one that actually has the one that has come with the beam effect, but this one also has spines that are translucent and the color of that beam. So you kind of get two different versions of Godzilla based of that Godzilla, but based on two different types of him. So yeah. But why give Godzilla the 98 Godzilla Roar and Godzilla 2000? Yeah, I will say this though, it is a bit distracting. And some people say it fits well. Personally, I don't. I just find it distracting, to be honest. You know, like whenever I watch it, I never go like, "Oh, wow, that's a cool edit." I'm just going, "That's 98 Roar." Not that it offends me. No, I'm not over here like screeching my asshole off, going, hey, "Why? Why did they do it?" NECA 62 is coming out before the end of the year. SH and NECA are released at the same time. That's a first. Yeah, I think both figures look great. You know, like I mentioned, one's for the expensive collectors who love their posability, you know, and it also comes with an accessory as well. So, you know, you get a decent amount of stuff with the SH Monsters one. But the NECA one, you also, you know, if you don't spend that much money, you got a perfect alternative. See, it's great. It's a great time to be a Godzilla fan because you actually have options. You can be a budget collector, or you go all out with the $100 SH Monsters one. That's the only thing that I'm not a fan of the new one, is that it's $100. Like, come on, all right. Like, Mechagodzilla 74 isn't that great of a figure, you know, but that that one had more stuff with it. You know, it had more stuff going with it, like in terms of accessories. Yet that one costs $90, while this new King Goji one costs us $100, and all it really has is one accessory. I guess it's probably due to oil, right? You know, every year oil gets more expensive and expensive. Because it's becoming more of a rare thing to have. So with this, toys and stores become a bit more expensive. Like for example, Bionicle. You know, when like Bionicle first came out, the figures were really cheap, but as the line went on, you know, they became more and more expensive. And I need to catch up. NECA 1989, Kino, absolute Kino. I want them to do that, but they probably won't because they already have their Heisei mold. Ugh, God, I hope that's not the case. But hey, at least in Alien, a lot of the Alien figures are very similar, but they still make the ones that, while are similar, are different. You know, NECA Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, and Rodan 64. Yeah, that'll be great. You know what? I actually like the Rodan 64 design. So yeah, I was shocked to find out that Takayuki Hirata. I can't say his last name. Composed Godzilla Space Godzilla TK, and the Godzilla anime trilogy. Yeah, I love his score in Godzilla 2000, and I like his score for The City on the Edge of Battle. I wasn't too big on Space Godzilla, and I could barely remember any scores from Monster Planet. That would be amazing. And could you at least try to buy the actual Shin Godzilla Form 2, 3 figures? Like that clay version of Shinagawa looks horrible in my opinion. I know I might not be. That's just my opinion. If NECA made a Godzilla Earth, I would love a 24-inch version. Gigantic Earth would legitimately be fantastic. They probably won't, just because, you know, unlike, because 2014, the reason why they made a big figure of that was because, well, the movie, while it wasn't like, it didn't make an insane amount of money, the movie still made a pretty decent amount of money. And so with this, of course, merchandise, you want to make, you know, it makes sense for that. But for Godzilla Earth, though, it just seems like kind of a waste of resources and money to make a 24-inch, 24-inch long Godzilla Earth, in my opinion, at least. I feel like, and I'm sorry if it's taking a bit to get to the commentary. I'm just reading all your comments, guys. But sooner or later, I would say at 7:30 we'll start the movie. I feel the 98 roar. Yeah, I feel like the 98 roars work in G2K because in the Japanese version he only has like 5 roars and it adds variety. Yeah, I guess it does. But personally, I feel like they should have not just take the 98 roar and more just take like the little hisses and groans that 98 has instead of the actual roar. Like I would say, get rid of just the 98 roar and that's it. Like keep everything else that they borrow from 98 besides the regular roar, you know? Like when Godzilla's in pain, actually have him do whenever 98's in pain or something like that. The NECA one looks way too chubby in my opinion. Oh, you're talking about Shin Godzilla. Okay. I know everybody's going to hate me on this, but I love NECA and SH Monster. Oh yeah, I was actually talking that if they actually ever do Zilla and the Toshiro universe, which I doubt, but if they actually do him, they can actually, and if they want to do Tokusatsu, because I feel like doing Tokusatsu would save them more money. They can spend like $10 million on each. They can spend like $10 million on each new kaiju film, and it could probably make at least like $20-30 million in the box office, which, you know, like Shin Godzilla made so much money, and the shared universe stuff, you know, I think it'll take a while before the well dries up for them. But yeah, I was discussing how 98 can work, and basically they can do 98 where it's still a suit, but the actor's legs are actually outside of Zilla's legs, and they're actually connected to them, and then you could put like the actor's legs and green screen them by giving them like a green bodysuit and have their legs connected to the actual Zilla legs and walk around with them. There's some examples. I wouldn't do it like actually having the actor's legs be Zilla legs. Like I would actually do how those suits do it, where they're actually outside of it, and then they go in and CGI it and remove it, all that. So yeah, because like Shin Godzilla only cost like $15 million, but a lot of that money was actually wasted on the practical effects, mainly the Shin animatronics. So a lot of money got put down the drain. I would say if it didn't have the animatronic, they were just going for CGI from the very beginning, it would probably cost at least like maybe $13 million, maybe a little less than that. It's way too children. Ultra Kino, I have two red Xenomorphs. Hashtag Kinky Dora from NECA. Same goes for Gypsy Danger and Godzilla 84. Yes. Oh yeah. And the thing is that NECA also redid their Gypsy Danger figure. They did that. They went back and made a new version of it. So yeah, it makes total sense for them to go back and redo their 84, redo their 94, their 95, all of that. You know, like because they admitted they said straight up in that interview, we want to treat the line like how we treat our Aliens and Predator stuff, you know. And so with this, it makes perfect sense for them to go back and redo them, because even Pacific Rim had that. A 6-inch Godzilla Earth. Yeah. Which suit is better, Dillo, Chadgaro, or any version? What? Oh, Megaro Goji. Oh, that's what you mean. I didn't get what you were talking about there. Megaro Goji. Megaro Goji is actually my favorite Godzilla suit, tied with Bio Goji. Like, those are my two favorite suits. I can't choose which one's better than the other, so they're both tied as my number one suit. No, I'm talking about the 62 figure. Oh, okay. Which suit is okay? I think Tokusatsu is cool and all, but it just wouldn't fit the modern era. It would seem too fake and cheesy. Maybe a bit of suits, animatronics, and CGI. Yeah. The thing is, you can still do suits. You know, you can make them look good. I would just say with that, they're actually going to have to. It's got to be a suit mixed with CGI. I would say a good example is the live-action Attack on Titan movies. The CGI wasn't perfect in those movies, but they did do a pretty good job, like mixing the two together. You know, and actually making the suits feel large. Like the Titans in that movie felt large. They felt like. They felt like Titans. They felt huge because the cinematography and the special effects complemented the suits and made them seem large. So you can still do that with Godzilla. You can still make him large, you know. Plus, technology has progressed a lot since the last time they did Godzilla with the suit back in 2004. So it wouldn't just be a guy in a suit. It would be a guy with in a suit that has a head, that has like full-on eye movement, you know. I would actually say a good example is like the Gamera Heisei trilogy. Like, have you seen how Gamera's head moves? Like, they have that working on a piston system where every time the actor moves his head, the pistons in the neck moves the head with the actor. And plus, the animatronics in the face are phenomenal, you know? So, yeah, it's 7:32 where I live. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. So, the people watching it right now, be sure to get your copy of Destroy All Monsters ready while I was talking. Go ahead and do that. If you want to pause the live stream, go ahead and do it. If you're watching this after this has been live, go ahead and do that as well. And yeah, we'll get started. I have like 3 slices of pizza with me here, so I have that to eat. So yeah, let's get this going. Personally, I like the Shodai Goji suit. It looks terrifying at first. I found out the color. So yeah. All right, here we go. As tradition, whenever I go 1, 2, 3, go, the millisecond I say go, right after I say go, immediately after, like I mean once the O has escaped my mouth, you press play. Now the copy I have, the bootleg I have, immediately goes to the Toho logo, so it doesn't have any of that legal stuff here and there, anything like that before the movie starts. Once I press play film, immediately to the main menu, to the Toho logo, it goes right there. So yeah, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. Oh god, it's taking me a bit. All right, you guys watching, I would say time it up a bit maybe. All right, I'm at Toho logo. Yeah, we're hearing a little bit of the music playing. Akira Kube's great. You know what? Someone did bring it up to me. We don't really know how they did a lot of the monster roars in these films. Like, we only really know Godzilla and Anguirus, to be honest. You know, those are the only two we really know how they were done. And even then, like, not a lot of people know exactly how they did Anguirus' roar. Only Godzilla is the one that's well known. Like, come on, I want to know how they did Rodan's roar, how they did Mothra, how they did Mechagodzilla and Gigan, everything like that. Oh yeah, something that I also brought up in a conversation last night with my good friend Deanie Weenie, also known as 77 Dirge. While we were talking, I mentioned the fact that we never like. I mentioned the fact that not I, that I don't really know the reason why Toho decided to do blue atomic breath, and I don't think we really ever got a reason for that. Just King vs Godzilla. His breath is just blue. We never get an explanation for that. You know, once we see him in color, it's blue. And yeah, like did Eiji Tsuburaya think it just looks cool? Since they didn't actually want to do regular fire, they decided just to make blue that comes out of his mouth. They believe blue. Well, they believe blue is hotter because blue is hotter for fire. So yeah, it's very. Yeah, this is the Destroy All Monsters March. It's great. I love this. And then we get the what is it called? The YS. No, that's a toy line. What is this called? I should say it somewhere. Oh, the United Nations Starship Moonline SY3. That's what it's called. Yeah, this is actually a pretty cool vehicle, and I wanted to see it return in future films. You know what? Yeah, you could definitely tell a lot of the people working on this film went all out. Like the cinematography is top notch in this film, and the puppetry is phenomenal, and so is the set design. For what I heard, though, is that Eiji Tsuburaya actually barely was a part of this film. He was more working on his other stuff at the time, mainly his TV production, so he wasn't really on set a whole lot. So I forgot the guy's name, but the guy who did like the puppetry stuff for Son of Godzilla, like Kamanga, Kamakuris, all that, actually ended up being like the main guy behind the special effects, and that's why like the final battle in this movie is executed so amazingly, because a guy who's really good with wire work was the main guy behind it, which was great. So we get an overview of Monster Island, which is cool. I find it a bit odd that the final battle is actually the final battle is like by Mount Fuji, not Monster Island. I don't know. I'm confused. To confirm, there's the Godzilla. There's Godzilla. This is the Soshingeki Goji suit. A personal favorite of mine. Not in my top five. My top five is number one favorite is Goji Magara Goji. Number two is Mira Goji. Three is Kuryu Goji. Four is Shin Godzilla, and five is King Goji. But this suit is up there. We just got to look at Anguirus, I believe Manila as well. There's Mothra and Gorosaurus. The explanation behind Gorosaurus in this film is a bit odd. I just always thought this one was just a more irradiated version of the one in the previous film. But no, I think it is canon that this is the same one from the last movie. Unlike Anguirus, though, this Anguirus is actually completely... this one has no relations to the one in 55. Which I find that a bit funny, because in reality, Anguirus never knows that his best friend, and in these movies, killed one of his kind. I like that this movie establishes that whenever the monsters get close to shore, just does that, just smokes them out, which sucks, because some of these monsters actually need to get some water, and they won't let him have it. And Mothra, are you concerned about him? Yeah, why do they do that to Mothra? Poor Mothra. Like Godzilla, like they actually let Godzilla in the water. They actually let him go in there, but they kind of create a barrier in a way with like smoke to make sure he doesn't leave. Well, Mothra, she just gets gassed. Yeah, the Godzilla suit looks great in this movie. I love it. There's Rodan, about to get a dolphin. This isn't my least favorite Rodan look. This is probably my least favorite Rodan look of the show era. I really dig how 56 looks, of course, and I actually am a bit of a fan of 64 and 65. And then 68 is basically those, but it has like a slightly different head, mainly in the beak. Mainly in the beak, and the beak is more banana shaped. But I still like this design of Rodan. My least favorite is Heisei. That's my least favorite. And here's this roar was made from watch the video of the week. The March for Destroy Monsters was reused. Social Geki used. Yep. Oh yeah. Now, this movie's pretty out there, and then they have a little base inside Monster Island. Good miniatures, by the way. It's really solid. But what happens whenever a monster walks on top of that? Like that seems way too thin to like not have a monster not stomp on it. Like the monsters wouldn't really suspect anything, but at the same time, like that stuff does look a bit fragile. Here we get our human cast. To be honest, I will say this: the human cast in this film is a bit weak. It is a bit weak compared to other Showa films. They're not really too memorable, to be honest. Like they help the film go on, but at the same time, they don't. They never get really brought up in a conversation. Actually, the only time they ever do is when people complain that the movie focuses too much on their stuff than the monsters. You know what I also love in these old films is all the techno gabble jibble everywhere. That they have in older movies. Like obviously the filmmakers don't understand too much about science or how an actual lab would look like. So here they just put flashing lights around a room and random stuff. But it's still cool and it's very charming, you know. It just shows that that they still made the attempt to make something look scientific and being scientifically accurate. But this is a movie with giant monsters, so why even bother? And yet Baragon would only make cameos or seek the explanation why for Baragon. Have you seen Baron Tenold's review for this Godzilla movie? Yes, I've seen all his reviews. I think he's a really solid, good reviewer. Most of his jokes land quite well. I find him entertaining. I don't find him as a channel awesome wannabe. Never do. He seems like he has his own style, which is great. Yellow jumpsuits. They're not even really jumpsuits. So yeah, the Keelax are about to gas these people. Yep, here's the yellow gas. They immediately run to it. They open the door. I always found that funny. Like, guys, I don't think you should just run up to the gas. Oh, oh God! You could have saved yourself some time if you didn't open it. But instead, they just open the door and let all that gas in, and they all pass out. And then even Godzilla's getting all hit by it. Oh yeah, they used some of this stuff as stock footage for Godzilla vs. Megalon. I remember that in the beginning of the film, and they treated the smoke as not like smoke that is making everybody under mind control. They actually used it as a way as interpreting nuclear bombs. Like this yellow gas is supposed to be nuclear bombs, and oof, Rodan just fell on Anguirus like no tomorrow. Yep. Is this a set? Or is that an actual building? I don't know. Oh, no, that looks like a painting. But I'm getting confused. This movie has a little bit of stock footage in it. Just a little bit. But this movie, I will say, this is like kind of the event movie of the Godzilla films, where it's just things happen and it's just entertaining. Oh, they try to look at the island, but they lost signal. Caucasian actors. Yeah. It's back. The signal's back. Monster Island. Oh, okay. I felt something in my pocket. Who's here? Oh, only 2 watching now. What? Oh well. Such terrible destruction. I will try to arrange for my country's help. And oh, something's coming out of the mouth. Oh, and they lost signal. All right, my movie actually just went dark, but I fixed it. Rodan is approaching the border of Moscow. Here we go. The monsters are on the rampage. Russian leaders have summoned their defense forces. Yeah, I really... Oh, man. Yeah. I will say Rodan's wings are not even moving there. Yeah, there's a lot of issues with these Godzilla movies is that the monsters, the flying monsters, some don't really tend to flap their wings a whole lot. Luckily, in the early Showa era and some of the films in the Millennium era actually does that quite well. There's Gorosaurus, who has fangs, which I like. Cool, and he's appearing in Paris when it should really be Baragon. But the reason why they couldn't do Baragon is because, well, the suit was kind of fucked up. Couldn't really do him. Bodan's in Moscow, Mothra's in Peking, Manda's in London, and Baragon is in Paris. What? Is that the subtitle, or is that an actual line of Japanese and they just didn't... They filmed that before they filmed the actual scene. I always find this a bit funny how Godzilla, like, it's the Daisenso Goji suit when he's in water, but when they cut to like a shot underneath the suit, it's the Daisenso Goji suit. And here he's burned up the United Nations building. He's in New York. This is the first time Godzilla went to New York. You know, let all these news reporters in, man. Yeah, here they're trying to figure out exactly who the hell is messing with these monsters. Why are they letting them do the things they're doing? Well, something they haven't mentioned yet, but this movie, I just find it so funny of how older movies, whenever they like predict the future and have all this scientific stuff in it, at the same time, their technology seems very primitive. So while we aren't making daily trips to the moon back and forth, we also actually have better TVs and better phones and better technology than they do. You know? So yeah, that's a weird looking Earth that looks more like a Neptune or Uranus. And here we're on the moon at the moon base, Moonlight SY3. I like all the different... Yeah, this film is very colorful. This movie has a great color palette to it. The reds, the greens, the yellows, everything like that. Oh, Moonlight SY3, it's coming out of the moon. It's coming to Earth. It's got to figure out what's going on. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it doesn't just turn. It actually needs something to help propel it into the position it needs to be before it gets into the position it needs to be. Ugh. Here we go. The SY3. Great vehicle. I love it. Oh, these helmets, man. Yeah, I love this. I love this because obviously, like I mentioned, older films, they didn't really know exactly how science works. So seeing these guys in really ridiculous, you could say astronaut outfits, I just find really funny. They're just in yellow jumpsuits with bucket helmets on them, and it's great. I love it. I wonder what it was like on set with this. Oh, they're following the mysterious UFO. Who is it? Who's that UFO? Is it the Exilians? Nope. Something different. You know, it pains me that we never actually got to see the Kylak's return. It really does. Damn, takes place a year after I was born. Kino. Oh yeah, fun fact. The Ghidorah we see in Gigan and Zone Fighter is actually a different Ghidorah. This is actually something established in official media for the films. You know, it's not a very well-known fact, and recently people are finally catching up to that. But yes, technically the Ghidorah and Gigan and in Zone Fighter is actually a different, weaker Ghidorah. But the one that appears in Ghidorah Monster Zero and in Destroy Monsters is the same Ghidorah. So yeah, there's two Ghidorahs in the show era, as like there's two Anguirus, potentially maybe three Rodans. Mainly because, well, we don't know if the Rodan and Ghidorah 3 Monster is one of the Rodans to survive the volcano, is one of their offspring, or is actually something completely unrelated. So we don't know. It just kind of appears. Yeah, the Moonlight SY3. It has a very sleek, modern design to it, unironically. Not unironically. Ironically, because of course you would expect it to look like a generic spaceship. No, it has a very sleek, modern, edgy design to it. It seems like something that the late Heisei era would make, or Millennium would make. But no, this is something that they came up with in 1968, and it looks very non-60s. It looks like 90s or 2000s in terms of its design. Very sleek and very neat, and I like it. It's coming down. It's landing. Great stuff. I will say this, though. That spaceship, I gotta be honest. Monster Island, comparing the actual size of how big that spaceship was when it actually was going into Monster Island is surprisingly extremely small. Like, it feels like it's too small for the looks of what was just there, you know? Like, it should be way bigger. But no. All right, they're going. Unbuckling. Since wait, how do they get out of there? Like they're obviously laying on their backs. And when they get out of there, they're gonna have to slide their way down. But we never see that. Never do. It's really odd. Oh my god, these weapons. Oh my god. Oh, there's the monsters. There's Amanda doing fuck all. Rodan's just flying. Mothra's doing her thing. Godzilla. Yeah, it doesn't really show what the monsters are specifically doing besides just fucking around. Even Baragon isn't doing much. He's just standing there roaring. Oh. Wait, how did she change her outfit? She should be in the same outfit she was earlier. Like, what? I guess maybe the Kilax, when they took control of them, ordered her to wear a different set of clothes, even though what she was wearing was perfectly... I don't know. It's odd. It's odd. By the way, the only reason why I like Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah is because of Godzilla Source, and the script Godzilla was going to be a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I actually like Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah for many reasons. I understand it's a very flawed film, very cheesy as well, but I dig it because I just find it entertaining, and I really dig the stuff that has to do with Shinoda, or no, not Shinoda, Shindo, and the reverse roles of Godzilla and Ghidorah. How like one point Ghidorah's bad guy, Godzilla's good guy, and then immediately when Ghidorah dies, Godzilla becomes a bad guy, and then Ghidorah becomes a good guy when he comes back as Mega King Ghidorah. Mothra completely just memed on a train. Hilarious. Godzilla just blows up a poor ship. What is Rodan doing? Is he still in Moscow? No, he's about to go. Oh, he just memed on a plane. You know what? Actually, maybe thinking about it, was that a reference? No, not a reference. Did Final Wars make a reference to that scene? Because Final Wars, Rodan does the same thing. He attacks a plane. He lands on top of it and it explodes. Not lands on top of it, but flies over it or flies next to it and makes it explode. Now, this is a big room. there we go. Keelak, the leader of the Keelaks, in their weird, shiny, glittery gray outfits. That actually looks kind of uncomfortable, to be honest. I wouldn't mind wearing something similar. We're not here as your enemy's lady. You're sending out monsters onto cities. You could have done this better. Like, seriously, I never get why sometimes aliens in movies just decide to attack and then go, we're not your enemies. Like, I'm sorry, but maybe you could have done your plan better, lady, where it doesn't require thousands, maybe even millions of people dying. Yeah. Wait, really? Oh, that's cool. Keelaks are actually on a small planet, small dwarf planet between Mars and Jupiter. So they're actually somewhat next door neighbors to the Planet X people. I kind of like that. It doesn't really add anything. I just kind of like it that other aliens exist. I will say this though, that I don't know. That just kind of makes the universe smaller, but I don't think it really matters because the world's already kind of small by having like all the monsters be on Earth, with only a few being aliens. Oh my god. The Exilian outfits look comfortable, while the yellow jumpsuits that our main characters are wearing look really uncomfortable and felt like they would actually be cold if you put them on. In Final Wars, Rodent flies past Dago's plane and explodes. The Keelaks look like the Knight's Bull. Yeah, they do. Don't try it. You're going with us. I would say they did do a good job. The actresses did do a good job playing as the Keelaks. Oh my god, I understand maybe they don't want to shoot them. And they're obviously not punching them, they're just pushing them away. Is she? Oh yeah, she's floating her way back. Unless she's a very small walker. It's making little steps, little baby steps. Wait, how is the smoke not affecting them? Oh, they actually shot, but we never got to see anyone die. Wait. Oh, wait. No, they're wearing masks. I don't... Kyoko? Kyoko? That sounds very similar to a name from another movie. In there. Get in there, you baby boomer. They're having a gunfight, and I will admit it is kind of lame. This guy's hiding behind a chair. I'm sorry, buddy, but I don't think that's going to help you out. Oh my god! The guy's just shooting in the air. That's not even where they're at, buddy. Oh, they got a guy. Even though his stomach wasn't even exposed, he had a shot him in the stomach. Alright, that one works. They shot him straight in the head. He had a goofy expression on him. Oh, they're blowing up everything. Here we go. Island's being gassed again. Oh wait, are we getting the best scene in this movie about to come up? Thinking about getting myself an X Plus Gojira 1954. You know what? That's pretty cool. I will say this. The main female lead in this film, whose character's name's Kyoko, she's pretty hot. Waifu material. They're interrogating him. Not really interrogating, but like questioning him. Yeah, and I gotta say this. The cinematography is phenomenal, especially this shot right here. Oh my god, that looks great. God, they were having fun on set with this shot. That's great. Like, it's unnecessary. It is, but it just looks cool. I like it. Like, there's no really meaning to it. It's just a very stylized shot, and I dig it. I really do. This movie actually, I don't think it's my favorite but my favorite Godzilla film in terms of cinematography, but it's definitely up there for me. It is definitely up there. The cinematography in this film is really goddamn solid. The Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 1974 gunfight was Kino. It was. I have a Bandai Movie Monster X Mechagodzilla. X Mechagodzilla. I never heard that one before. Oh, he jumps out the window. Oh, he's a dummy. Oh, that's so great. I love that. Oh, he completely teleported. He teleported. Now he's in the sand. Don't touch him. Oh. They're out for blood. Uh-oh. Oh, he got handcuffs. About to try to put him on. But they escape, I believe. Oh, the police are coming. In brown outfits. Oh, epic fight! Yeah, gunfights in old Godzilla movies were really odd. Wait, this guy is hiding behind the dead body that's lying on the ground? Is that what he was supposed to be doing? Oh, they try to cut him. They try to go in. I never would imagine police officers being in brown outfits. I think keep chasing after them. And they're just shooting randomly too. Oh, I believe that's them escaping on their boat. Yeah. Okay, they're going to figure out to clean his wounds, and then they're going to cut him up and see what's going on. Oh yeah, I think it's something behind his ear. Yep, something behind the ear. Ugh, this thing's so gross to me. What? Ugh. And it's a little memory thing. A little memory chip. I wonder if the monsters have one. Like the humans do. Like they made the humans pass out, and I guess they like put little things inside of them. And that's what happened. Oh, they're looking in it. Trying to see what it's all about. Checking out the technology. And his tuxedo committed suicide. He dead. He gone. He committed suicide. The Supreme Gentleman has died. But yeah, continuing on, there's not a whole lot going on. You know? Like, it's just a lot of exposition. Not a lot of things going on. I will say this, though, that I do feel like the criticism to this movie is that there's not really a whole lot of monster stuff. It's a bit of an inaccurate criticism because we actually do get a decent amount of monster stuff in this film. You know, and the stuff that's there is pretty memorable for monster stuff. So Like, while the human stuff I feel like is a little out there, and then I do feel like it could have been done better. Honestly, for what we have, it's still fine. That's an unusual wavelength. Here we go. Oh, I thought that was a road, but it's a river. Such like, is that a horse? No, that's like a bull. Yeah, that's a bull that he rides. Here we go. Look at this old lad. Look at him, just picking up rocks. Oh, something's weird with this one. What's this one all about? I feel like you could have actually disposed of Varan and Baragon. Yeah, I feel like you could have. You could have done the whole Varan and Baragon thing not being in the movie a lot. I actually have it where those monsters actually do not get mind controlled, so all the other monsters kill them. Just do that. Have it. Oh, Baragon and Varan, they're actually trying to fight back, and they might be a threat. Let's kill them. You know, could have gave it a perfect explanation why you don't see the monsters a lot in the movie. It kind of gets them out of the way. But I guess because of money and budget, they couldn't do that. But also because they never even thought of that. That wasn't something they never intended, so I don't even know why I'm acting like they actually wanted to do that. No. I don't think in a single script they ever went, oh, let's have like 2 monsters die in the beginning. Like, no, they actually wanted to have more monsters in the movie and not exactly get rid of any while watching it. At the time in 1998, Ishiro Monster celebrated its 30th anniversary. That's pretty kino. You know what? It kind of sucks, though, that the movie didn't come out in 1969, because that would have been perfect in 1999. Its 30th anniversary is in 1999. That would have been great. That would have been such a kino time. Iron Factory relay stations used. Oh, yep, they're finding little devices across the world. This one hit on a rock. Big fat arrow. Another big fat arrow. Yeah, they're pointing out where they found all these little things across the world. Like how they spotted them, how they were found. All this. Really cool stuff. The device can send and receive everything. Like we estimated at. All right. I just had to check because my like and dislike ratio didn't update, so I was just basically staring at 1 dislike and 0 likes. I refreshed it, and it's at 5. Not that I was worried that I didn't have any likes and I had 1 dislike. Oh yeah, I believe they're pointing out all the people who might have died or been taken control. Oh yeah, they are, because there's Kyoko. Was this guy like staring at her? Because he was like just looking at her. Oh, they're trying to find her. Oh, that's what they're doing. Oh, they tried looking at her. Oh, I guess they can't because she doesn't have that. And she has the earrings instead. Yeah. Oh, and I love the little look she gives, a little smirk. I love this. Here we go. Sirens are going off. It's in Tokyo. It's about to get completely kino. The composition work isn't 100% amazing in this shot, but nor is it bad. Like, compared to what King Kong vs. Godzilla had, this actually looks pretty okay, for the time at least. Cool little miniatures going on. Not as good, I would say, like Rodan miniatures, but they're still pretty solid. Still a lot of work went into this. A lot of work. Oh, and here we go. Oh, not yet. She's ready. Yep, she's getting a little smile. There's Rodan. Oh, and the theme. Not Rodan's theme, but the theme from like Ghidorah is playing. Yeah, this is great. I love this. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's a great shot of her. A little smirk, just watching the destruction. I love when I see movies do that, where like a character just watches the destruction and gives a smile or a little sinister smirk at it. Like, it's great. Yep, Tokyo's about to get completely wrecked. Which, shockingly enough, while we do see the aftermath, I will be honest, we don't really get a lot of destruction going on, but we still get a decent amount of it. I was expecting like this entire set while filming just gets completely obliterated. So yeah, Godzilla looks great. We're getting a lot of the Rodan puppet here, which I will say isn't all that great, to be honest. Rodan puppet's not amazing. The set design obviously being really good. A bit outdated compared to nowadays techniques with miniatures, but still pretty good for the time. Manda is there. Oh, there's Manda. There's your boy. People have obviously discussed about the reason why he got his horns taken away in this movie, and is, of course, the main reason why he looked too much like Ghidorah, so they needed to get rid of his horns. And I'm fine with that, because his design is still iconic in this movie. I know he just looks like a snake now, but I don't mind that. Wait a minute, were they using the Masuko Goji there for a second? Because they like panned, and I saw the Masuko Goji head. Oh, those pyrotechnics in the background are great. Oh, yeah! Oh, that's amazing. Oh, the miniature work. Oh, that's great. This stuff's just amazing. And Haru Nakajima, he's a pro at this stuff, so whenever he's like near smoke or debris, anything like that, he goes through it like a champ. Guzzle just punches this building like the dick he is. Oh yeah, there's that deadly scene where Godzilla fought Manda, and you know what? It makes perfect sense why they got rid of it. You want to know why? Because there's no reason why Godzilla should be fighting Manda in this entire scene. There's just no reason. Like, they're working together. They're controlled by the Kilax, so why would Godzilla just start attacking Manda? So yeah. That's really all we really get of Manda in this movie, sadly, though. Like, we don't really get too much of him. Like, we don't even really get to see him in the final fight. Besides maybe like a small little cameo in the final fight. But other than that, was like really only Manda's. Like, that's really only what Manda gets in this. They're ready. They got their missiles ready. I love military stuff in these old Godzilla movies. I just love all the technology looked. They're ready. Oh, that's cool. That's key now. We'll launch the attack. Let's go. Oh, that march. Straw Monsters March. Bum 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 ba da da. Bum 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 ba da da. Bum 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 bum. It's great. I love Akira Iwasaki's music in this movie. This is one of my favorite scores from him. And oh my god, while I might look corny cheesy today, this looks phenomenal, man. This looks great. The pyrotechnics. The little flares are shooting at Godzilla. It's just great. And then there's Rodan, who's barely getting hit. He's barely moving either. Like, I know we give Heisei a lot of shit for its monsters, but Rodan isn't even flapping his wings. Oh, there's Manda. Ooh, I will say this though. This shot obviously seems like it's squished, because Manda looks like a pancake there. There he is. Oh, this is great. Manda's not really doing much. She's just kind of going through the streets. And what's Mothra doing? She was just in the shot earlier. She was at the subway system, and now she doesn't even appear at all. Yeah, Mothra's pretty insignificant in this film, to be honest. She doesn't really do a whole lot. She attacks a train, destroys the subway station, and shoots Silk at Ghidorah. That's all she really does. Oh, she also gets gassed in the beginning of the movie, but that's about it. Mercy Bulletin, the giant caterpillar Mothra has arrived. Oh wait, she hasn't arrived yet. Okay, never mind. I messed up. Now she's arriving. Okay. And she's in the subway system. And a cute little puppet. Mothra's obviously cutest form is in Tokyo SOS, in terms of larva. So Mothra is attacking the subway station. Manda's just walking, and then Godzilla's really the only one actually destroying anything. Oh god, I love this movie so much. Oh dude. The set design, man. Oh my god. Jesus. This is like almost Nakano levels of explosives. And oh wow, the aftermath of what we just saw. You know, we to be honest, we don't really get aftermath shots in Godzilla movies a whole lot. We don't really get to see what the destruction was like. But this is, to me, while we barely see a whole lot of it, it's pretty memorable, in my honest opinion. So yeah, we just got some amazing stuff that just happened there. So yeah, great stuff, great stuff. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Bobby Shruma's most popular song. It's its 4-year anniversary today. Absolute Kino. You are to travel using your spaceship and go underground at this point. Right here. Oh man, yeah. The human character stuff. You probably won't hear me talking a lot about the movie, just because there's not really a whole lot going on. Plus, I don't even really know a whole lot of the characters' names, to be honest. I should have went in here a little bit more prepared. Plus, they don't even really say a lot of the characters' names, besides like Kyoko, and that's it. I love this. I see Kyoko is like, you terrorists! We're gonna take you away. Is she finally out of the control? Here to answer everyone's questions. Where's the bait? Kiraku? 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 What? They're the Kilags. Why are they the Kiraku? Is that what they're called in Japan? Do we call them the Kilags here in the States while they're actually called the Kirakus? Or not the Kirakus, the Kiraku in Japan? Huh. Maybe the subtitles I have aren't accurate. Maybe. But every time I've heard about those monsters, they've all been called the Kilags. So yeah. The Kilags. Yeah, it's just, Tokusatsu was awesome at its time. It was amazing. And I honestly think it can still work. I honestly think it can still work with modern day technology, you know? And plus, it would actually save Toho money. Oh my god, this dude just ripped those earrings out of her ear! Jesus Christ, he doesn't even care. He just rips them right out. Oh my god, I can't even imagine. I'm glad I'll never get piercings. I never want them. Jesus Christ. So instead of shoving things in back of their heads, now they have them as like jewelry. And I still can't get over that he just straight up ripped them out of her ear. Jesus Christ. Yeah, she needs a doctor. She needs a doctor. Her ears are complete. You have torn a piece of her ear off. Jesus Christ. Kilax. Yeah. Yeah, this version of the movie I have, the subtitles are saying Karaku. Where's the Karaku? Oh my god. Yeah, get her a doctor. No one's getting her a doctor. They're leaving her. She has holes. Oh my god. I understand it's not like a major injury, but come on, like get someone. Jesus Christ. She's like bleeding. All right, here's a cool military sequence. The miniatures in here are great, especially the helicopter. And then there's the SY3. SY3. Let me check the back. SY3. Okay. Is it like the third version? Yeah, the miniatures look great here. I gotta go take care of Delphilo. See you later. Yeah, the composition work here, like you almost, yeah, you're kind of seeing through the actors a little bit, but the only time you can see that is when they're in front of like they're in front of the headlights of the vehicles. Other than that, the composition was actually really solid. No, it's not perfect, but it's pretty impressive. All right, here we go. My biggest issue when it comes to the miniatures in these films is that the miniatures shoot like flares and such, and so with that, it just looks really fake. It just looks like they're shooting lasers. Um, to be honest, they could have just did it where they shot like it showed the miniatures kind of going poof poof poof. You know, having the movement of actually looking like they're shooting things out of them, and then having pyrotechnics on the on the suits explode. Godzilla shooting at the SY-3 and actually did no damage. God, the Godzilla suit's great. Yeah, I actually kind of figured out recently that this Godzilla suit actually has veins. Shockingly enough, he actually has veins. Very small, and you can barely tell them. But if you actually look, he does have veins. So veins do exist in the Godzilla suits in the Showa era. The only thing that's taken away from the original Godzilla with these suits is really the 4 toes. Now there are only 3. The ears are also gone, and the fangs kind of do disappear. I'm not sure the Daisenso Goji has fangs. I think the Mosu Goji does. I'm not sure about the King Goji suit though. I think the ones that only have teeth is Shodai, Gaikushu, Mosu, and Soshingeki. I think those are the only ones that have fangs in the show area. Oh yeah, this suit looks great. I like how lengthy it is. Like it never feels skinny. It never does. It actually feels like skinny, but it does have a bit of thick to it. And obviously, I believe this is what to Haru Nakajima. This is like probably the suit he could move the most in compared to all the other suits in the past, especially 54. Because 54 is very primitive in terms of suit making. Very old. Very, very old. I don't think that's news to anyone. I'm just saying it. There's Anguirus. Anguirus. I love Anguirus so much, man. And my opinion has very lightened up on the boy as of recent. Not that I had a bad opinion of him. I mean, I'm more talking about that I have actually begun to like him even more. I think he's actually in my top 10 list of monsters, and that's why I'm glad I never actually did that top 10 favorite monster list when I hit 1,000 subs a while back. I'm actually kind of glad I kind of held that off. But I do plan on actually getting it and redoing it and actually making the script pretty solid and actually getting to do the top 10 quite well. I'm really excited to do it. I think my thoughts and opinions should be pretty interesting enough for you guys to like and watch. Something I will say, though, is that I'm not a huge fan of hive mind mentality in Godzilla community. Like, the main reason why is whenever you're, like, young and you watch, like, some Godzilla YouTubers, a lot of the Godzilla YouTubers tend to always say this movie has their favorite, this movie has the least favorite, and everything like that. And so when you're young and you like obviously liking this YouTuber, you tend to kind of follow with their opinion, you know, like the original Godzilla is the greatest, or All Monsters Attack is the worst Godzilla movie ever, or Godzilla 1998 is. But eventually, you do get older, and you actually tend to appreciate and dislike some of the movies that many content creators or YouTubers or anything like that in the past that you followed used to dislike. Personally, I still think the original Godzilla is the best Godzilla, but I don't think All Monsters Attack or 98 are the worst Godzilla movies ever made. They are low for me. They are kind of low on me for my list. But to me, the worst Godzilla movie is Destroya, mainly because it's just so fucking boring. You know, like, even if your movie's technically not that great, or it does some pretty dumb, stupid decisions, if it's entertaining, I'm willing to look at it a bit higher. That's why 98 I don't list as my least favorite Godzilla movie. Probably not. It's probably not even my top 5 least favorite Godzilla movies, mainly because I find the film entertaining. I find the movie entertaining enough to not have it in like my worst, like my top 5 worst, something like that. Oh, My phone dropped on me. It's fine though. Um, so yeah, we only got 2 people watching, but it's understandable because we're doing a commentary. It isn't just us talking. It's not me just answering questions. Because if I was doing that, a lot more people would have stayed. But since I'm doing the commentary, it's understandable. Plus, I think some of the people who left are more waiting to watch this later than now, which is fine. It's fine. I would have personally watched a commentary later and watch it now. Yep, Godzilla's there. See, yeah, this scene I believe was originally supposed to be for Varan, and yeah, to be honest, it does feel like that because this isn't really something Godzilla would do. It's something we never really seen him do before. It seems something for like a monster that walks on all fours should be doing, like Anguirus, Baragon, or Varan, more than Godzilla. Why? Well, it's because Godzilla is a super tall monster who it seems like this super tall monster, and it seems like it would be very difficult for him to chase down something through a forest. So having like a 4-legged monster chase after these characters makes more sense because that means the monster will be able to see them better. While Godzilla, like all the human characters need to do is just hide underneath a bush or something, and Godzilla can't see them because they're so small and such. I will say the something that Godzilla movies always tend to get good is the miniature work for like trees and forests and everything like that. Those always tend to look the best. Pretty good shot compositioning right there. I believe they did the same technique they did with the original Godzilla, where it's just kind of layers. Like the layers, like the first layer is obviously Godzilla in the background, and the second layer is the human characters just kind of reacting. Oh, they're going inside a tree. They just kind of found this, I believe. I don't think they were actually trying to look for it. I think they just kind of walked and like, wait a minute, there's this weird looking cave. Watch it actually be a cave unrelated. I already know that it actually is, but watch it actually be a cave that was not supposed. That is actually has nothing to do with what's going on. So these guys are just investigating and wasting their time. But the door shuts, which makes it what they're looking for. We're stuck in here. You know what? I gotta be honest. I am scared of being stuck in a place where I don't know how to get out, or there's no way of getting out. So you're like stuck in there. It's like an elevator, except in an elevator, if you're stuck in there, and if you have like a phone on you, you can get a hold of something, right? Or maybe if someone's trying to use the elevator and they notice they can't get it down and such, or something like that. It shouldn't be that hard to get out of it. Oh, that door shut too, so now it's even harder for them. So you have to keep moving forward. Really cool cave set, I will say. It actually feels like a cave. It doesn't feel like just some cheap rock set. Oh! They went into invisible wall like video games have. Oh! There's the Kelax. Yeah, I gotta say, those outfits do look pretty comfy. There's a male version of them I'll definitely wear, but I'll probably look like a clan member. Not a Ku Klux Klan member. No. Because I don't think anyone will get that mixed up, but it will seem like I'm part of like some form of cult. This is great. They actually did a really good job of actually putting these actors right next to this set. Those UFOs remind me of Reese's Cups. I haven't had a Reese's Cup in a long time. I should go on my way and get one. They're really good. I guess the reason why I don't like them is I don't really like eating them a whole lot, just because it is a bit tedious. So yeah. The Keelocks do seem like 20-year-old women acting like 60-year-old women, because their posture and how they act seems like what a older woman would do, not someone who looks like they're in their 20s to 30s. That's just what I think. Just their posture, their mannerisms, and how they talk just makes them seem like they're way older than they are. I'll go to invade your planet, little boy. That's a terrible impression. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, the villain's monologuing, everything like that. Well, there was actually a Godzilla movie where the main aliens actually were successful, and there actually wasn't a way to defeat them. And if there was no way to actually getting there. So basically, the aliens just screw over. You know, like Ghidorah, first alien in the franchise. It just required Mothra, Rodan, Godzilla to beat the shit out of him. Facial Master Monster, Exilians play a really annoying loud sound that bothers them. Destroy All Monsters. I forgot what Destroy All Monsters was. They did figure out a way to get all the monsters out of their control, but I forgot how they actually defeat them. Hedorah, technically Hedorah is an alien, and how they defeat him is by electrocuting him to death and drying him up. Gigan, I forget what Gigan is actually. I guess they just blow. I guess they just blow up the place. Like they actually trick the aliens. The Exilians just screw up the control room. Mechagodzilla is no longer usable. Not the Exilians. The ape creatures. Just destroy the control room. Have Mechagodzilla completely get junked out, and then kill them or blow up their base. They also have a self-destruction as well, I believe. Also, there's Inter Mechagodzilla. Use like supersonic waves to screw around with Titanosaurus and then kill Katsura to make Mechagodzilla go offline. And also destroy the base there as well. In Ghidorah, they aren't actually aliens, but they're kind of just the Earth version of them. So yeah. I know some people bring up Megalon, but Megalon, they aren't technically aliens. They aren't. Like, Megalon is not an alien. You know? And I have actually talked to people how Megalon's actually the good guy in the movie. You know, like, Giga's actually doing what Godzilla should be doing. Like, they already showed in the beginning of the movie that Godzilla's having Monster Island nuked, and supposedly Anguirus got buried alive. You know, and it makes Godzilla upset. Yeah, in the movie they completely forget that, and they actually go and they portray the antagonists as the ones that are the bad guy and are the unreasonable ones, even though they're the ones they're the ones that aren't nuking everything. So yeah, Megalon's technically the good guy, and yet for some weird reason, Godzilla totally forgot about his best friend being buried under the ground and having Monster Island nuked. So yeah, link to join podcasts. Sorry. It's kind of already too late. We're already at the third act in the movie. And the only people I would invite are people that I personally know. Not personally, but people I have been doing episodes with in the past, like my co-host. They have my regular podcast or good friends I've had on this podcast in the past before. Nothing against you. It's just I barely know you. And plus, this movie's almost over. All right, they're going back to the moon. Which actually ain't a bad set, but at the same time, the moon does not feel like the moon. The moon actually feels like Planet X. In terms of its colors and its how mountainy and rocky it is. You know, compared to the moon doesn't really have a whole lot going on with it. Besides the craters, and that's it. That music's not playing right now at all. I don't even think there's music playing at all. Yeah, there isn't any at all. But I'm just saying that because I just love that music. Oh yeah, this ain't bad at all. This looks great. Dude, this is great. Oh, they're sinking in. I think they're sinking in. Oh no. Oh, they're being set on flame. I will say the Keelux are actually a bit more smarter in this film, to be honest, compared to the other aliens. They seem to actually have like a plan or like a plan whenever a plan for everything. I would say. Back to the Future. Oh, and there's the base. They're watching it happen. God, they're getting baked. Yeah, the ship's pretty resistant for fire, but doesn't mean the. Oh wait, they had a ground card. We should have been putting fire on that as well. A cave in the moon, maybe, probably, but it's not like that. Defeat the aliens. Oh, yeah, they're gonna break through. Gonna get you. Oh, oh my! They did it. They busted through. They got him. They got him. The SY3 is totally baked. Oh, God, these red outfits are great. I love it. Yeah, the cinematography in this movie is really good. I know I mentioned that before, but I'm gonna keep saying it. Like, it's amazing. The colors. This movie's very colorful. I know I'm repeating because I don't got much things to say, but fuck it. We haven't got to the good shit yet. We already kind of did, but I mean like the good shit. Oh, everything in the room's gray now. Oh, the movie's gray now. Wow, everything just turned gray. Time to investigate why it is gray. Everything in this place is gray. Are gonna? This is how they're gonna figure out what the Keelak's true form is. Giant worm. Oh my god, those names. Yeah, all they did was just shoot the shield, but the entire place just exploded. Oh, there we go. There they are. There's the Keelak's true form. There it is. Look over there. Oh, they're hiding. They're going away. Step on them. Step on them. Keep one and kill the rest. Are they? Yeah. So are they going to kill him or not? Which meaning, in reality, the Keelaks could actually return in this continuity. Unless, oh, he's lifting up the rock. Is that the monster control? The main event's about to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Just wait a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot of unnecessary human stuff in this film. Not that we shouldn't have it, because in reality, you don't. Because I watch monster movies not to watch a 20-minute monster mash. I watch monster movies because they are movies. They are movies that have characters, that have a first and second and third act. They are films that are supposed to have stories and narratives and dialogue, music, cinematography, special effects, everything like that. It isn't just monster stuff, all right? So whenever I hear people complain about the fact that, oh, why is there humans in this new monster movie? All we care about is the monsters. It just feels like they don't even know exactly what the genre is. It feels like it honestly just feels like people who actually have not even really seen a Godzilla movie. And so with this, when they see stuff like that, they feel like they actually have like knowledge that would make sense. That they feel like they're all high and mighty and know exactly what to think. And then they actually can give valid criticism to the Godzilla franchise, even though human stories are actually what Godzilla movies are. They are first human stories and then kaiju stories second. That's what they are. Yes, it is true. We do often go to see the movies for the monsters, but we also go see the movies because they're movies. Right? So if a movie just has boring characters, an uninteresting plot, and all of that, then it fails, you know? Might have great monster stuff, does not mean it is a good movie. I think a great example of this is Gamera the Giant Monster, the original Gamera film. It has some cool monster stuff. All the human stuff can just be thrown in the trash because it's bad trash. That's what it is, you know? And I will say this film doesn't really have the most interesting human stuff either. Not that it's bad necessarily. You know, it's not the worst thing ever, but I will admit the human cast is a bit weak in this film compared to other kaiju films, you know? And plus, to Strong Monsters, to be honest, I did expect a little bit more monster stuff. Not something that completely overdoes the film, but something to at least be equal to the human scenes. Not feel secondary. You know? Because the best type of kaiju movies are the ones that balance its human and monster stuff quite well. A perfect example of this is movies like Godzilla vs. Biollante, Godzilla 2000, the Gamera Heisei trilogy. A lot of those movies do an amazing job into actually making both the monster and human stuff mesh quite well together and equal them out. Give them a great human story with great monster stuff and give us the proper amount of screen time for that. And in this film, though, it does feel like the human stuff overstays its welcome and honestly just kind of makes you a little impatient, you know? Yep, they're going to get it. They're going to get it. They're going to laser it off. I just went on a tangent there, and I'm really happy about that. So hopefully people who see this in the future, or people watching it now, really like what I said there. Come on, get it! Oh, I got it! It's basically off now. They did it! Now all they gotta figure out is exactly what it means. I bet they already explained it. Yeah, they shut down the system. You might be able to control the monsters. Well, actually, you can't really control the monsters. Just kind of lead them to where they need to be. Oh, they're taking it with them so they can figure out how to control the monsters on their own. Or maybe are they? I think they are taking it back to Earth. The place is being blown up. The moon is being blown up, ladies and gentlemen, from the inside. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of explosions. Doctor, are they still alive? Yes, they're still alive. Oh my God! But it would take several thousand degrees to revive them. They're living metal, right? Yeah. For what it explains in the film, they are alive, you know. I guess maybe they can never die, but they also require something to be active. So, so with that, you can you can put them in cold temperatures. You can't kill them, but if you continuously don't give them the necessity into actually making them being able to move around and do the things they can, then that means they'll never come back. Something really cool. Or actually, no, I do think they say that they can die from extreme cold temperatures. Heats their strength, but cold's their weakness. Wait, Godzilla's attacking the same place again. Doctor. Yeah, he's just appeared. Yeah, they're replaying footage from earlier. Holy shit, I never noticed that. They're basically just replaying footage of Godzilla walking up Tokyo Bay. So Godzilla's in Tokyo again. What the hell? What? Oh. Yeah. But still, like, they just replayed footage earlier of this film for that scene. But yes, Godzilla's in Tokyo and he's making his way to Mount Fuji. So here we go, the final battle, the climax. What we've been waiting for. But I just imagine this movie. Of course, the poster spoils it of who the monster that the Kilax have is and how they're going to use it. Because probably if you're seeing this for the first time and you're trying to figure out what monster hasn't appeared yet, King Ghidorah hasn't. So yeah. Plus, how do they think this is the final battle? Like, how do these people know? Nobody knows that the Kilax have Ghidorah yet. What? So yeah, they're saying it's the final battle, but like there's no reason for it to be a final battle. To be honest, they should have introduced Ghidorah before this scene, so it would make more sense. So there's Godzilla. Yeah, first it's Minella, then Godzilla, then Mothra, now Anguirus. Or Angulus, like the subtitles in this movie say. There's Manda as a shitty little puppet. Same with Baragon. Gorosaurus looks great. Kamunga, which is stock footage from Son of Godzilla. Then there's Varan. Those three monsters aren't going to do anything. They're just going to watch. Same with Rodan. He just kind of pisses off in the beginning of the fight. So yeah, there's Rodan. Like once he gets hit with Ghidorah's gravity beams, he just flies away. So yeah, I love that. You see the three monsters is in the background hanging out. Yeah, I don't think you see. No, maybe you saw Kamunga in that shot. So yeah, as Godzilla prepared. Yeah, here we go. I love this. All the monsters are getting riled up. I love this. I love how Godzilla just gets them all ready and commands them. You know what this reminds me of? Oh yeah, here's stock footage of Ghidorah, three-eyed monster, and here's Ghidorah. Yeah, that's great. I love Ghidorah so much. I love him. That's not an Earth monster they brought us. Of course it isn't. You guys should know who Ghidorah is by now. Yeah, they say they imply it's a final battle, and they also group all the monsters together here. I guess it makes sense, right? We have the control of all the monsters, so we're going to put them all together. You know, just kind of coddle them together and show that the monsters aren't doing anything anymore. They're not causing destruction. But at the same time, like all the TV, all the news channels and such are going, oh, it's the final battle. So yeah, here's Ghidorah. I love Ghidorah. I love him so much. And I love how the head is like looking at the battlefield. Yeah, we don't see Kamunga in this shot. We only see... Yeah, I don't think Kamunga was even in that shot showcasing all the monsters, even the ones in the background. Because, yeah, Amanda, Baragon, and Varan don't do anything. Oh, yeah. The Ghidorah suit. The Ghidorah suit doesn't look as great as it did in previous films. I think it looked better in Monster Zero, my personal opinion. But it still looks fine here. So here we go, the final battle. I love this thing. Gears charges, he fights. Oh, no, he doesn't bite. He gets fallback. You know what? Gorosaurus shockingly gets a lot of stuff to do in this fight. Like, for a monster who only appeared for like 5 minutes in King Kong Escape, sure does have a big role in this film. I seriously don't get why they thought it was a good idea to just have Ghidorah. Oh, there's Kamunga. And there's Mothra. Ghidorah and Kamunga basically having the same ability. You know, I would love the context of how they knew how to use that together. Oh, yeah, there's Rodan as his banana beak. Yeah, the suit doesn't look amazing in this film. It looks better in the other two. Yeah, this looks great. Godzilla's getting Ghidorah from behind. That sounded really wrong. And Ghidorah, another reason why I love Ghidorah in this film so much is because the suit's so vibrant. Oh, Mothra just flew in the air while Rodan's just out of there. Yeah, but I just love the colors in this film, and Ghidorah pops. It looks great. And then Ingara Scott has Rodan's neck. Oh, here's an iconic scene. Oh, that's so great. That's so great. I believe that's an Anguirus puppet for what it looks like. When they actually show a shot from far away. Yeah, that's an Anguirus puppet. Yeah, and you know what I love about this movie is that they actually make Ghidorah, like every Ghidorah's head actually do something more than just flap around. You know? Unlike the previous two films, especially compared to Ghidorah. Ghidorah, the heads were just screwing off. This one, the heads actually do more than just flap around. They, like, each head actually, like, does something, you know? Like, one head shoots off, like, this monster over here, and the other one does that. Oh, Anguirus getting back up. He just fell in a ravine, something like that. Big dip in the ground. And then, oh, yes! Oh, man. A lot of people kind of question, like, if that was painful for Ghidorah. Because, come on, like, Anguirus has spikes on his back, and yet we never actually get to see if this is, like, hurting Ghidorah. Like, he just does it. I love this shot here, though, when Ghidorah's walking towards them. Anguirus shakes the dirt off of him. I like when the monsters have very animalistic things. But, yeah, I love the shot of, like, you see the side of Ghidorah, like, his wing, and you see Anguirus in the background. I love that. Here we go. Godzilla's charging in. Ghidorah flaps at him. I don't actually get that. What happened there? Yeah, this is great, man. Penis. Struggle for victory. It's not really a struggle. They got 3 monsters that defeated Ghidorah the first time. Like, the first 3 monsters. Now they even have more with them. Like, I don't think it's going to be hard. Godzilla's got Ghidorah's leg. Oh yeah, this part. Godzilla. Oh yeah, I love that where Godzilla starts kind of flying up. I mean, he just does whatever during this fight. Oh, and I love when Ghidorah starts like biting Godzilla's neck, and Godzilla's punching him too in his chest. Oh, he's being picked up again, and Ghidorah comes back down. This stuff's amazing, man. And yeah, this is really like this isn't the first time. Anguirus had blood in it. Not Anguirus. Godzilla Raids Again had blood in it. Like, I'm talking about Godzilla movies in terms of having blood. Yeah, Raids Again had blood in it when it came to Anguirus. Did Mothra, no. Ghidorah, no. Invasion Ash, no. Ebra, no. Son of Godzilla, no. Yeah, this movie's the second time we get to see a monster bleed, and I would say this is absolutely gruesome how they defeated him. Like, oh my god, there's blood in that dude's mouth. There's blood in that Ghidorah's mouth. That is vicious. The Godzilla just throws it back down like nothing, and he just stomps on it, and blood comes out. Oh my god. Oh, and I love this effect when the tails shake up and down like a rattlesnake. Oh my god, this is brutal. And I didn't even talk about Gorosaurus doing a dropkick earlier. Oh, this scene's iconic. Oh my god, the mighty have fallen to the gruesome Manila. And Godzilla gives him a little kick. Ghidorah barely has any life in him and basically gives up. Now, I don't think Ghidorah exactly dies in that scene, but I do think he has barely any energy in him to actually do anything anymore. Like, he's basically to the point of death, but I don't think he's dead yet. I think he dies whenever the ground beneath him explodes. That's when he dies, but not now. Even if it does show that he's basically dead. And I love the scene where Godzilla and Manila interact. They're sharing their victory. All the monsters are super happy. Like, yeah, we did it! It's so Kino! Mothra has a little nod to herself. Kamaka just, I don't know what he does. Like, I love this. Manila just gets on top of Ghidorah and starts doing a little victory dance. This stuff's so great. I love this in my Godzilla movies. I love this so much. Oh, there's the fire monster, the firebird, I think. The fire dragon. I don't know what they call that. We're about to figure out what they call them through the subtitles. I love this. I love this monster cast. To be honest, I would just get rid of Baragon, Varan. Yeah. Oh, thing's coming after Godzilla. He shoots at it, and that's a really cool shot. How Godzilla shoots his beam and then he immediately turns around. It's kind of a first for these movies. I don't really get to see that such solid editing. Oof. But yeah, I feel like they should have just slimmed down the monster cast to just Godzilla, Anguirus, Manila, Gorosaurus, and Mothra. And that's really it. Maybe because the thing is, Manda only really does one. Manda only really does one thing in this movie, which is destroy that bridge, and that's about it. That's like the only memorable thing he really does. Kumonga just appears in the final battle, and that's it. And he's basically doing what Mothra can do all by herself. And of course, Baragon and Varan don't do anything at all. So I would just say keep Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan, Gorosaurus, Anguirus, and Manila, and obviously Ghidorah is the big monster they find in the end. And yeah, that's what I would keep. That is all I would keep. Oh my god, this is all stroby. Oh my god, that would actually kind of hurt my eyes a bit. Oh, Monster Island's on fire. It's exploding. Karaku. This is their like distress single. Our fire dragon. Yeah, I would say the only thing that I'm not a big fan about the fire dragon is that basically we just basically had the final battle, right? The final battle between Godzilla, between Ghidorah and all the monsters. But here, like I don't know, where after that final battle, now we get this Firebird thing. Oh yeah, Godzilla's about to destroy the set, not the set, the base. Oh, obviously he doesn't budge. Godzilla charges. Oh no, he shoots atomic breath at it again. Doesn't work. Charge it. Oh, that's great. That's solid. And then he kicks it. Oh, I love that. Oh yeah, there's the theme from Ghidorah. I love that. I love that so much. Yeah, they kind of did explain that this isn't really Godzilla being full-on good guy. This is actually them stating that the Karaku is, the monster's natural enemies. Because the monsters are looked upon as animals in this film. She stands by. And then the ground underneath Ghidorah explodes, and Ghidorah falls. I would actually say Ghidorah did die earlier. He did. I'm not trying to make some fan theory. He died. The life left him. Manila got the last shot at him. And they all turn to Kilax, and they go to the little rock things, and that's how forever they will stay. I still have to defeat the Firebird. And the Firebird, I believe, is just a UFO. Right, here we go. This seems overly dramatic. I don't know why they stuck on her so long. Like she's like, wait, like basically the context of the scene is like, wait, and then she just kind of gives a dramatic look and looks like she's about to fall back. Here we go. Yeah, now this scene's kind of taken a little later during the day for what it looks like. It just looks a bit darker. Bum, 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 ba-da-da. I love this, man. I love these type of movies. These movies are great. No good. There's no response to the circuit. They won't fire. Oh my god, I love this. Is it called the Mesa March? Maybe, I think. I don't know. Oh, Firebird's finally interacting with the SY3. And we've been doing this stream for about 2 hours now. Pretty kino, guys. Oh, we're almost done with this movie too, which is great. Not that I want the side stream to be over, but just so I get this commentary done. Oof. Oofity oof. Oofity oof. Oof, oof, oof. Oofy, oofy, oofity oof. Oh, this is great stuff here. The miniature work here is great. The SY3 actually seems... Okay, alright. Okay, that was unnecessary. Why did it have to do that? That was a weird camera effect. It's actually a UFO. And it's going down, huh? Guess maybe they... Oh yeah, the Firebird. This is one of their saucers. Very anticlimactic as a Firebird. I personally think the Firebird actually should have been Ghidorah. Because they show Ghidorah coming from fire to Ghidorah. So they should have showed like this fire thing roaming around. And then they figure out the fire actually turns into Ghidorah. It actually would have worked quite well. To be honest. You know, because Ghidorah does come... is born by fire in Ghidorah 3 Headed Monster. Once the asteroid cracks and fire shoots out, that makes Ghidorah. So maybe you could have Ghidorah as this fire dragon going around, and then it's revealed as Ghidorah. And Ghidorah would have been that. You know, once Ghidorah dies, it's over. You know? Instead of having it where Ghidorah dies and then the Firebird becomes the thing. So, yep, all the Keelaks are in the little stones things. I don't think it's a good idea to bomb their base when they specifically pointed out that if given the right amount of heat, they can come back. You know, the day is brighter, the invasion is done, the monsters are normal, and Ghidorah is gone. The peace has finally come on with the world. The monsters are back on Monster Island, acting as they were before, having the fun they always had. All of them cheerful and graceful, and finally out of the control. Let them live in peace. Let them prosper. Let them be victorious. That is way too. That is way too preachy. What I just said. I don't know. I just said that because I was screwing around. It was supposed to be a joke, but then I got way too into it. Who's top? Oh, that's Rodan. Rodan doing his little dance, you know, moving his head around. He's like, ooh. There's Varan doing nothing, of course, just being Varan. You know, I don't get too upset like other people when it comes to some monsters not really getting a big role. It's like that's just gonna happen, you know. Sometimes some characters get kind of pushed to the background. You know, for one, Transformers that is known for that. Star Wars as well, especially the prequel trilogy. There's a bunch of characters that just get pushed in the background. That just happens, you know. You just kind of have to let it be like that. You know, not every monster is going to have the proper attention it needs. Hell, even in Avengers: Infinity War, there's even some characters that only have like 2 minutes screen time, which I guess that's fine because it's 2 minutes. It's not like 30 seconds. So yes, that is the end of Destroy All Monsters. That was fun. That was fun. I really heavily enjoyed that film. It does have its issues. It does. It really just feels like an event more than an actual movie. Kind of like how people say that for Avengers: Infinity War, how it's like more of an event than an actual movie. And I'll say that for this one as well, except I will say this, though. The human scenes, the issue with them is not because they're human scenes and human stuff and monster movies suck. It's because, well, the human scenes weren't really all that great. You know, I felt like with a better script and yeah, just with overall a better script and a better screenplay, everything like that, it actually would have benefited this movie quite well. Also, as well, I feel like they should have equalized the human stuff with the monster stuff way more because it does seem like they did focus a little too much on human stuff, and it did feel like on the monster stuff, Wes could really saved for two scenes: the Tokyo destruction scene and the final battle with King Ghidorah. Other than that, the movie's pretty solid. It's pretty fine. I really like it. It's not in my top 10. It's not in my top 10, but it's definitely in my top 15 of Godzilla movies. It's very memorable. It does have my favorite final battle in a Godzilla movie. My favorite kaiju final battle overall, including Godzilla films and a bunch of others, that would actually go to Gamera too. But in terms of my favorite Godzilla final battle, it has to go to Destroy All Monsters. I just love it. I love seeing all these monsters team up together and take on the evil Ghidorah. It's great, you know. So this stuff just makes me so happy. I can talk about this for days. I just love this shit. So yeah, that is the end of my commentary. We might do this a little bit longer. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm going to be doing some questions now, if we get any at all. So I might have to resend this out because during this live stream, for anybody that's watching this after, I don't have any viewers right now because I guess all of them left. Like, there was actually a decent amount of them here in the beginning when I was just answering stuff, but immediately once they started watching the movie, they all ditched. But hey, this live commentary, I guess, was really only useful for people who are watching this after it has come out. So I guess there's that. So I'll go ahead and resend this to two places need it to be. Bum 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 ba da 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 da. Bum 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 da da bum 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 bum. Bum 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 ba da da bum dum dum da 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 dum da dum da da da. I'm just seeing if I can make the stream go on a little bit longer than what it is. So I'm going to be sending that to groups. I'm going to see if people are going to pop on by now. But yeah, that was really fun. That was really fun. I really dug doing that. So yeah, I might end this very soon just in case we don't get more people come back in. So yeah, that was fun. So I'm gonna get the movie out of my Xbox now. Get my hands on it. It was actually kind of glitching out while I was watching it. The screen got dimmed every now and then. And I guess probably because the Xbox thought no one was on it. And so with this, it was kind of glitching out blurry. It never does that. Actually, it has, but it was very rare. It does it every now and then, but it's an extremely rare bug. So yeah. So yeah, it seems like we don't really have any questions going on right now. So I might end it. We'll give it just a little bit extra time. I could talk a little bit. So yeah, this was fun. This was fun. I love doing this. I know I'm repeating. Fuck. All right, I need to stop. So yeah, things I have planned for this channel. I should get that out of the way. I plan on doing. Okay, before that, I got a bunch of podcast episodes about to be uploaded very soon in the future. Those being the Mechagodzilla Marathon. Those podcast episodes are going to be uploaded very soon on this channel. And by the time of this recording, whenever you guys might get to this, maybe one might already be out. But yeah, I'm really excited to finally get those out for you guys and finally have you guys listen to them. You guys can finally figure out our thoughts about Godzilla, the City on the Edge of Battle, and our thoughts on Godzilla 2, everything about that, the trailer, and even the new SH Monster Arts NECA figures that have come out recently. All this stuff's combined in that episode because City on the Edge of Battle is really not interesting. And I felt like we couldn't have an entire episode of just us talking about it, so we needed to, in order to make it a longer episode, we needed more than just us talking about City on the Edge of Battle. We needed to talk about all the other Godzilla stuff because we found that stuff way more interesting and important than the new Godzilla movie. To our personal opinion, to what we personally think. So yeah, it seems like we won't be getting anyone in here, so I might as well end it. Thank you guys for watching. I am Dillophilo, and subscribe if you like this. Oh yeah, before I go ahead and end it, I also got some future videos in the future planned, mainly a new Godzilla Suits and Design retrospective episode. I finally need to get around to working on that, which will come out soon. I would say expected by the end of August. That's when you should expect it, at the end of August. That's when that new episode should be out. But right now, I'm going to be a bit slow at this channel. Life with me personally isn't all that great. Not anything necessarily wrong with me. I don't have any issues going on. I'm perfectly fine. But yeah, I'm perfectly fine. But a lot of other things going on right now is kind of pushing me back from making the content I really want, and I'm just going to give the situation time that's personally happening in my life in order to actually finally do the things I want for this channel and get through life in a way better fashion. It's just, yeah, it's a bit hard right now where I live. So yeah, stuff on the channel will be a bit slow. I do plan on getting the King that King Goji video out by the end of August, like I mentioned. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm Dillatho. Like this video if you like it. Subscribe if you want to. Maybe share this with your friends. I really don't see anyone watching this live stream sharing it with their friends. Like, hey guys, come see this cool little live stream someone did. I doubt it. You know, like, yeah, I might have a decent amount of viewership, but I don't think it's anything really. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye. All right, hang on. Okay, bye.